What's going on, Money Circle fam? Hope you guys are having an awesome night. It's actually Monday, March 17th, and I'm going to do a couple of videos in between my challenge that I'm doing right now. I'm sure you guys have been following me. I'm going from $5 in the stock market to $1,000 as fast as I possibly can. This is going to be separate from that challenge. That one is still going on right now, albeit it's very hard, but we're pushing through. We're staying consistent with it. But I want to touch on the stocks that I bought today because over the past couple of weeks, I've been talking about how smart investors realize that when there's a market correction, like we just saw over the past 2 or 3 weeks, you shouldn't be afraid. You should be buying stock. And so I've been waiting on the sidelines. I've been kind of testing to see what the market sentiment's been, waiting for a little bit more confidence, but a little bit more of an answer with what the Trump administration is going to do so that I feel good enough to actually start putting money back into the market. I just completely was like, yeah, I'm not going to do this right now. So it's been about, I'd say, 3 weeks to a month since I bought anything. Well, today I decided to pounce. There were some irresistible stocks that I just couldn't stop myself from buying. So I actually bought 4 today. And I want to update you guys with what that portfolio looks like now and what I've added to it, because there's some really great value in what I was able to buy. And then there were a couple of plays that one of them I feel very confident about, but the second one, it is pretty risky. I'll just be totally honest with you, but I like playing the riskier stocks, so I'm okay investing money into those plays that may have high upside potential, but definitely carry a lot more risk. So I went with some safer ones that had really great value. And then I went with some that, again, very high risk, but potential for a high reward too. So what did those stocks look like and why did I choose to buy them? So we'll start with the 2 ones that were no-brainers for me. These were ones that I actually sold last year around October, and I made about, holding them, I probably made about 200 to 300% combined for both stocks. Mind you, I've been holding them for probably, one of them I held for 1.5 years. The other one I held for about 4 or 5 years. So I gave myself some time. It wasn't something that I bought and then held for, only a couple of months and then sold. I was holding them for a while. And then I decided, you know what? I don't know what this market's going to do. I'm going to sell. So I ended up selling all of them in my portfolio, but I just bought back into them today. So let's talk about what those 2 stocks are. The first one, if you guys have been following me for any length of time in any of my socials, you'll know I am bullish on this company, and that's Tesla. I'm a big Elon person. The guy's a visionary. His idea of what the future is going to look like and his execution on his technology and his companies, he's unmatched. There's a reason why he is the highest net worth person on the planet. And to be honest, he's almost double or triple some of these guys. So I love his vision and I love what he's able to build with a lot of these companies. And one common thing, I get excited talking about the company, so bear with me if I'm kind of going off on a tangent a little bit. I'll try to keep it short, but one thing about Tesla that I get really excited about is a lot of people think that he's a car company or that Tesla's a car company, which it is for the most part, but they do so much more than that. And this is where I see a lot of value in the stock is obviously people are hearing about the Tesla robots that they're starting to put pre-orders in on. But the other thing is that Tesla is actually a data collection company. They've been mapping roads for years. They've been collecting data for years. And as competitors start to try to compete in the market, they're going to need access to that data. So eventually they're going to have to break and they're going to have to start working with Tesla. So Tesla is one of those companies that not only from a tech standpoint are they far ahead, but also from a data collection standpoint, they're far ahead too. So that creates a lot of confidence in the longevity of the company. Now, you can say whatever you want about his political views. I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in what the company is going to do long term. So I sold all of my shares back in October because I wanted to invest in another company. not in stock in my own personal company. I wanted to invest in another stock. But now is a good time for me to buy more Tesla. So that's what I did today. That was one of the companies. The second one is, that's my dog coughing. She's eating like a maniac right now. So the second company is NVIDIA. Now, NVIDIA, I bought initially about 2 years ago. And I mean, you guys know what it did. It went up 400% in a matter of 2 years. It was insane. Part of me got lucky, but part of me did a lot of research too. I don't like to say that I'm the research like king or anything like that, but I do a fair amount of research. So I bought NVIDIA when it was like $120 or something like that. And I ended up selling after the stock split at $400. So I made really good money on NVIDIA. Well, obviously after the DeepSeek news and everything going on with Trump and his tariffs and all that stuff, it has tanked. NVIDIA, but NVIDIA's here to stay. I mean, they don't have any competition right now in the computer chip manufacturing space. So that was a no-brainer to me. To get it at the price I got it at, it just made sense. So that was the second one that I bought. And those were no-brainer stocks. Now let's talk about the other two stocks. The third one is a company that I'm very high on right now. They've made a lot of progress in a very short period of time, albeit they did have a pretty significant reversal in the past 3 or 4 months or so because of what DeepSeek did, and this was in the quantum space, and what NVIDIA had to say about quantum. NVIDIA said quantum is 10 to 15 years out, so that crushed the rapid growth that quantum stocks had, but I'm still very high on quantum stocks. The one specific one that I'm high on and I continue to buy hand over fist is DWAVE. I think DWAVE is setting itself apart in the quantum space, not only with the partnerships that they're creating, but they want to create a name for themselves. So they're doing a quantum, you can say conference if you want, and they're leading the entire conference. So they are coming out with a lot of fast-moving technology in the quantum space. They have a lot of great partnerships going on, and they're really cementing themselves in the quantum space as well by doing these events, these massive events, and bringing more investment and awareness into what they're doing. So I'm very high on DWAVE. I like what they're doing, and I think that moving forward with the amount of business they've been able to book just in quarter number 1 of 2025, which came out in the recent earnings, I think they're setting up themselves up for massive success in 2025. And the last stock, I like it because of the partnerships. Now, it has slowed down in momentum quite a bit, and this is a very high risk, high reward type stock. But again, I am pretty confident with it. Am I putting a huge amount of money into it? No. But if it pays out the way I think it will, it has potential for, to be a massive player in my portfolio for the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years, depending on how the partnership goes. And that partnership that I'm talking about is with the Department of Defense. And this company that I'm talking about is BigBear.ai. Now, we know that BigBear.ai saw a massive run up to, I believe it was $6 or $8 or something like that. Well, it has since reversed, and it's in the $3 range. And its momentum has slowed quite a bit. But I always look at partnerships. If you have a partnership with the Department of Defense, that speaks very highly to what could be in the future. Now, mind you, the partnership is only for about $20 million or so, so it's not a significant amount of money. But if you can get your foot in the door with the Department of Defense and you can show them that, hey, we have what it takes to continue to produce as a company, you're going to continue to get more and more funding and more contracts with the Department of Defense. So that's why I'm seeing this one as a long-term play type deal. The current contract they have is about 3 years. But if they prove themselves with this partnership, they could see huge growth over the next 5, 10, 15 years. And if I'm buying it at $3.50 a share, who cares if I put a few $1,000s into it? That's massive upside potential for a company that could go to 10, 15, 20, hell, even $30, right? I'm not saying it will get to that, but you can start to see the potential for a company like that, especially if it already saw $6 to $8 on a small partnership. So those are the 4 companies that I bought today and I'm excited about. I'm not trying to time the market. The market could go down in the short term. Obviously, there's a lot of volatility with what's going on with the Trump administration, and the fear and greed index is pretty high right now on the fear side. So you're going to see a lot of uncertainty in the market, but I don't try to time the market. I simply get in where I feel comfortable, and I feel comfortable about all 4 of these companies. So I wanted to share that with you because 2025 is the year of transparency, but let me know down in the comments, what stocks are you excited about? Which ones are you going to be buying in 2025? And as I continue to grow my portfolio, I'll keep you guys in the know about it. But other than that, I appreciate all the support that you've given me on this page. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you do smash that subscribe button because we're taking off in 2025 and it's only going to continue as we continue to build a community of people who want to build wealth together. So I would love to have you as part of the Money Circle. If you haven't been a part of it and you want to be, again, just hit that subscribe button. But other than that, you guys have a great rest of your day, and thanks again for all the support.